Well. Look what we got here. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Yesterday, I actually spent the day at the Novi Fishing Show. Got to see some customers, got to see some friends, got to look over my potential replacement boat. For the Ranger. Maybe another Ranger temporarily, maybe something else. We'll see what time has. In a future video, I will discuss everything in great detail, what has been going on with my boat. I chose to be a little bit quieter on it.
Come on, man.
Just because of I'm in the industry, my day job, and trying to be nice and be civil about this whole situation, but my patience is definitely growing thin. Spent about 2 hours looking over a brand new 198P, and I'll discuss all that in a future video. I don't want to hijack the ice report so it's good to get out there at the Novi show. If you don't want to fish this weekend, head on out there, support those businesses that did show up. It's a little bit smaller than what it has been in years past, but still, it's the Novi show. Still got Kevin, still got Mark Zona, all those guys out there, so it's worth watching and going to those seminars. If you don't normally do the seminars, maybe take this opportunity for a year that's down a little bit in the show to spend more time in the seminars. Who knows, you might learn a few tips that might help you out. I know I like to watch a few of them every now and again when I have more time, but it's not why you're here. So I figured with the weather and what I seen yesterday from a few buddies, it was definitely time to come out and actually do another ice report to kind of show you guys where everything is at. So like I usually do, I started off at the Crocker boat launch or the Spillway, and there's a lot more ice there. There is a bit of a heave out in front of the boat launch, as you can see here in the footage. But it looks like everybody is spending their time going into Hideaway Harbor, which is fairly normal for this early season. A lot of guys like to go in there. It's going to be a while before we can walk around and get into beacons, especially with the wind that we're having. It's going to affect things a bit, and that ice past that heave is not very thick anywhere, so really not worth venturing out really anywhere else there. From the Spillway, Clinton River, I headed up towards Metro, swung over to the day sail first like I usually do, and there's a fair amount of people actually out there fishing. But like I said in the last video, you need to make sure you're using your spud. It's really, really important to spud your way around out there. There was pockets literally just yesterday still out there. Everything's froze up now though, so definitely need to pay attention to where you're walking. I did have a buddy out off the day sail yesterday, and he was on some sketchy stuff, to say the least, and
oh, good.
You got that?
Yeah.
yeah, I don't recommend other people do what he was doing, but he did catch a couple little fish, but the fishing wasn't that great. Keep in mind, he's also a lightweight. He's a skinny guy, so he can do things that us bigger guys can't do. So a little envious too, I guess. From the day sail, I headed over to the back marsh and the harbors area. And as you can see here, there's quite a few people fishing back in the marsh. The COs are making their rounds. So if you do end up having a good day, stay legal. Don't need to have a stupid ticket for being a little greedy. It's not worth it. But yeah, they were doing their job. Very, very windy today, so the drone footage is going to be a little short, quick, and not as glamorous as it usually is. From the Metro Park, I headed over to Harley Ensign. I skipped that new vantage point today just because of how strong the wind was. If that drone flipped and took a fall, there's no way I'm getting to it with the ice, how thick as the ice was off the point. There's no way I'm getting to it to retrieve it if it does crash or I need to make it land because of conditions. So went over to Harley and just went straight up, did a quick 360 to kind of show you what's going on off of that vantage point. There was some guys fishing some of the offshoots in the Clinton River. No idea how they were doing, but they were fishing it. As you can see here in the footage though, Anchor Bay has a crescent-shaped piece of ice going across in front of Sulphurage and Cotton Road. So from there, I headed over to Sulphurage. A bunch of guys fishing inside the boat basin there, which is normal. SDI2 had a packed house back there in Captain's Cove, which you do have to pay to access that as well. But yeah, so there's guys there. There's a few fish being caught. From Sulphurage, I started making my way up. I was going to swing into Brandenburg as I got closer. I realized there's only about 100 feet of ice off the boat ramp right now, so a lot of water. Didn't think it really mattered to show you guys that. Made my way around to New Baltimore, Maryburg Park. Again, just like Brandenburg, a lot of open water out in front of that area. So then I made my way over to Fairhaven Boat Launch, across from the New Anglers of Blue Water, which is their second store. And there's a fair number of guys out there off of Bayside, out off of the DNR launch, and talked to a couple guys. They all said they caught a couple fish, but the fishing was really slow. Ice conditions were variable, so you do need a spud, but it's safe for walking in their terms, okay? So they were out there, probably about 20, 30 guys out there fishing off of Fairhaven. Next stop was up to the raft and did a quick fly through the marina. And there's a fair amount of guys fishing in the marina like there usually is. I am fully expecting all these places to be absolutely busy next weekend and more guys getting out. If this big water ice is not your deal, head on out to Oakland County, go to the bait shop, Lakes Area Bait and Tackle, reach out to those shops there. They have more ice than we have out here on St. Clair, and they have some good bites going. From what I heard talking with customers at the show, they had some really good bites going. So maybe head out to the bait shop in Waterford and Lakes area and Walled Lake, Wolverine Lake area, and maybe give them a shot and see if they can put you on some fish. If you're not quite ready to head out here on St. Clair. Yeah, so we're in great shape, all things apparent with what's going on. We do have a little bit of warm-up coming tomorrow, but I really don't think it's going to do any damage. The wind we got today's doesn't seem to be doing any damage as of this moment, but this wind has gotten stronger and stronger the longer I've been out here. It's noon now when I'm recording this, or about 12:30, noon, something like that. And the wind has really started whipping here in this area, so you need to be cautious and careful with everything you do out here. Don't venture out past the pack. There's probably a reason why. Get a spud if you don't have one. Fish with a buddy. All that good jazz. So I hope this helped you guys. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering what all these locations are and where they're located, click over here. I actually have a tour where I go around to all the launch sites and showcase all that. And if you're also curious on what some of the most popular perch baits and lures are out here on Lake St. Clair, I got that video for you right here. And as always, guys, tight lines, happy casting. We'll see you in the next video.